joined the Revolutionary War because they want to make their own choices. The Declaration of Independence said everyone has the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But what really struck me was learning that not everyone got these freedoms right away. For a long time, many Americans weren't free at all. African Americans were enslaved until the Civil War in the 1860s, when the Emancipation Proclamation and the 13th Amendment finally ended slavery. Even after that, the fight wasn't over. During the Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s, Martin Luther King Jr. and others had to fight hard to end segregation. Women couldn't even vote until 1920, and it took until 1965 for the Voting Rights Act to make sure all Americans could vote. Today, I understand how freedom shapes our daily lives in ways both big and small. Walking through my neighborhood, I can think freely, choose what to believe in, and speak my mind without being afraid. I see veterans in our community. Some are teachers, some are my friends' parents, and I realize they're the reason we have these important freedoms. The veteran I met explained how soldiers from all different backgrounds came together under one flag to protect our country's ideals. These soldiers came from different places but fought together for one cause, our freedom. Freedom is never free, as Dr. Guenas reminded me. We have to be responsible for it. That means respecting others' rights and making sure everyone gets to enjoy the same freedoms we have. It also means remembering all the people from Revolutionary War soldiers to civil rights activists to today's veterans who fought so hard so we could all be free. As I am learning about these sacrifices, I now understand that it's our job to protect these freedoms for future generations, just like others protected them for us.
Honor to the soldier and sailor everywhere who bravely bears his country's cause. Honor also to the citizen who cares for his brother in the field and serves, as best he can, the same cause. Abraham Lincoln.
As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. John F. Kennedy.
Veterans don't always go around telling stories of their heroism, so it's up to us to ask and to listen, to tell those stories for them, and to live our own lives with the values of which they were prepared to give their own.
We too, born to freedom and believing in freedom, are willing to fight to maintain freedom. We and others who believe as deeply as we do would rather die on our feet than live on our knees. Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Veterans, you have shielded your fellow citizens from danger. You've defended the beliefs of your country and advanced the rights of the downtrodden. You have been the face of hope and mercy in dark places and a force for good in the world. George W. Bush.
This Veterans Day, let us remember the sacrifice of our veterans, and let us renew our national promise to fulfill our sacred obligations to our veterans and their families who have sacrificed so much so that we can live free. Dan Lipinski.
Thank you, Leo, so much for that beautifully thoughtful reflection on what freedom means to you and to our upper school speech and debate students. Thank you for sharing those important words from leaders past. Good morning to you all. My name is Jenny Rains. I am the Director of Auxiliary Programs and Civic Engagement. It is an honor to welcome our special guests today, veterans and active duty service members within our MA community to today's assembly. At this time, we have something special. We wish to recognize each of you today. Students of our honored guests, when I call your name, will you please stand with your whole family, with all of your family members, to make your introduction. Ms. Gallagher and Ms. Wright will hand you a microphone for you to make that introduction. Audience, if you would please hold your applause until the end of these introductions. Okay, John Alford.
My name is John Alford, and I'm in the 12th grade. My grandfather's name is Colonel George Allen. He served as a command pilot and instructor in the Air Force Academy and Air War College and was a Vietnam veteran. I'm proud of my military family.
Andrew and Isabella Arnett.
My name is Andrew Arnett, and I'm in the 10th grade.
My name is Isabella Arnett, and I'm in the 9th grade.
Our dad is Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Arnett. He worked in intelligence, strategy, psychological operations in the Air Force, and we are proud of our military family.
Thank you. Riker Arthur.
My name is Riker Arthur, and I'm in the 4th grade. My mom is Lieutenant Colonel Emily Arthur, and she serves as a Deputy Director of Contracting in the Air Force. My dad is Lieutenant Colonel Todd Arthur, and he serves as a Professor of Strategic Bombing in the Air Force. I am proud of my military family.
Evie Bailey.
My name is Evie Bailey. I'm in the 8th grade. My dad's name is John Bailey. He served as a firefighter in the U.S. Air Force. I'm proud of my military family.
William Bryant.
My name is William Bryant, and I'm in the 3rd grade. My grandfather's name is Hugh S. Bryant. He is a retired colonel in the U.S. Army. I am proud of my military family.
Thank you. Kaya Connor.
My name is Kaya Connor, and I am in the 1st grade. My great-grandfather is Chief Master Sergeant Lindsay McCall, and he served for 40 years in the U.S. Air Force. I am proud of my military family.
Good job. Jack Drescher.
My name is Jack Drescher, and I'm in the 4th grade. My dad's name is Colonel Greg Drescher. He served as a wing commander at Maxwell Air Force Base. My grandfather's name is Colonel Michael McCormack. He served as a judge in the U.S. Air Force. I am proud of my military family.
Livia Dwyer.
My name is Livia Dwyer, and I am in the 9th grade. My mom is Maggie Dwyer, and she served as a public health supervisor in the Air Force. My dad is Chris Dwyer, and he served as an independent duty medical technician and a military education instructor in the Air Force. I am proud of my military family.
David, William, and Stuart Frazier.
My name is David Fraser, and I'm in the 9th grade.
My name is William Fraser, and I'm in the 7th grade.
My name is Stuart Fraser, and I'm in the 3rd grade.
Our grandfather's name is David Hugh Fraser, Jr. He served as a captain and taught at a medical service school in the Air Force. We are proud of our military family.
Thank you. Kate and Margaret Gallagher.
My name is Kate Gallagher, and I'm in the 3rd grade. My name is Margaret Gallagher, and I'm in the 1st grade. Our grandfather is Glenn Saucer. He served as a doctor in the U.S. Air Force. Our grandmother is Lieutenant Colonel Laura Saucer, who served as a nurse in the U.S. Air Force. We are proud of our military family.
Arya Haywood.
My name is Arya Haywood, and I am in 2nd grade. My mom is Major Arby Haywood. She serves as a pilot in the Air Force. My dad is Major David Haywood. He serves as an information officer in the Army, and I am proud of my military family.
Hudson Mazik.
My name is Hudson Mazik, and I'm in the 6th grade. My grandfather is Dr. Arthur Mazik. He served as a captain in the U.S. Army Medical Corps. I'm proud of my military family.
Thank you. Robert and Matthew McGahee.
My name is Robert McGahee, and I'm in the 10th grade.
My name is Matthew McGahee, and I'm in the 6th grade.
Our grandfather's name is Don L. Allman. He served as an E-7 Chief Engineman in the U.S. Navy. We are proud of our military family.
Imogen American.
My name is Imogen American, and I am in the 6th grade. My dad's name is Jim American. He served as an airborne infantryman in the U.S. Army. I am proud of my military family.
Holt Minyard.
My name is Holt Minyard. I am in the 3rd grade. My grandfather's name is Denny Holt. He is a retired cook for the U.S. Army. I am proud of my military family.
Thank you. Caleb and Sydney Miles.
My name is Caleb Miles, and I'm in the 9th grade.
My name is Sydney Miles, and I'm in the 6th grade.
Our dad is Captain Edward Miles. He served as medical company commander in the U.S. Army. We are proud of our military family.
Thank you. Clive, Vivian, and Celeste Oborn.
My name is Clive Oborn, and I'm in the 8th grade.
My name is Vivian Oborn, and I'm in the 6th grade. My name is Celeste Oborn, and I'm in the 4th grade.
Our grandfather is Lieutenant Colonel Lynn Oborn. He served as a physical therapist for the U.S. Air Force. We're proud of our military family.
Jace, Joy, and John Rains.
My name is Joy Rains, and I'm in the 6th grade.
My name is John Rains, and I'm in the 6th grade.
My name is Jace Rains, and I'm in the 6th grade. Our dad is Johnny Rains III. He served as a personnel specialist in the U.S. Navy. Our grandfather's name is Johnny Rains Jr. He served as a refueling maintenance specialist for the U.S. Air Force. We are proud of our military family.
Ashley and Lawrence Smith.
My name is Ashley Smith, and I'm in the 5th grade.
My name is Lauren Smith, and I'm in the 3rd grade.
Our grandfather's name is David Smith. He is a retired Air Force colonel who served as an advisor to the Air Force Surgeon General. We are proud of our military family.
Bray Smith.
My name is Bray Smith, and I'm in the 3rd grade. My dad is Lieutenant Troy Smith. He is a helicopter pilot for the Air Force. I am proud of my military family.
John Harris and Lizzie Lynn Taylor.
My name is John Harris Taylor, and I'm in the 10th grade.
My name is Lizzie Lynn Taylor, and I am in the 8th grade.
Our grandfather's name is Jeffrey Harris Flannery Sr. He served as a pilot for the U.S. Navy. We are proud of our military family.
Thank you. Layla Townsend.
My name is Layla Townsend, and I am in 9th grade. My grandfather is John Scott Sr. He served in Vietnam, armament and system maintenance, and security in the U.S. Air Force. I am proud of my military family.
If there is anyone else here joining us today who has served in the military, would you please stand so that we may recognize you? I believe there was one other individual, perhaps others. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking our military men and women for their service to our country.
Thank you all so very much. At this point in our program, I was scheduled to introduce a very special speaker this morning, MA graduate Bart Smith, who currently serves as the Wing Weapons Officer and Chief Instructor Pilot for the 187th Fighter Wing here in Montgomery, Alabama. Unfortunately, Bart's wife is having an emergency appendectomy this morning, and that prevented him from attending, and he is where he needs to be. And we look forward to welcoming Bart back to campus soon, and we wish his wife a speedy recovery. In Bart's absence, I want to share some reflections with you this morning. I don't know that I will be able to provide the same type of message that Bart would provide, but I do have some reflections to share. I have always loved the fact that Veterans Day, November 11th, falls on a day that celebrates peace. As I'm sure that many of our students know, November 11th was called for many years Armistice Day because it celebrated the armistice at the end of World War I. World War I was referred to as the war to end all wars. And now we certainly know that that did not happen, as sadly, wars continue to plague our planet. But here's what I do know. Our veterans put themselves in danger in order to create peace for us. And that is a sacrifice that we should all honor and respect today. Veterans Day is a day to focus on honoring those we know and those we don't know who have dedicated their lives to the service of our country so that we might live in a space that is free from the horrors and destruction of war. I know that many of you, if not all of you, can have the mental image of someone come to your mind when I say the word veteran. And of course, we have heard the names of those within our midst this morning. Take a moment, and I want to invite all of us to think about that person. Think about someone you know and you respect who is or was a veteran. That person could be here with you this morning, or they may be somewhere else. They may live somewhere else, or they may have passed away. But I want you to keep that image in your mind. The person I'm thinking about this morning is my Uncle Bill. Sadly, my uncle passed away earlier this year, and I had the honor of delivering the eulogy at his funeral. And one of my favorite memories of talking to my Uncle Bill over the last year, just before his death, was telling him about this very assembly 1 year ago this week. I want to tell you a few things about my Uncle Bill. Bill McWilliams grew up in Selma, Alabama, and in high school, Bill was known for his pursuit of academic excellence. He was a member of the National Honor Society. He was a recipient of the Letitia Tate Evans Scholarship under the National Merit Program, which at the time was the largest academic scholarship of its kind to be awarded in the state of Alabama. His academic prowess led to his admission to Washington and Lee University in the fall of 1957. It was also in Selma where Bill would develop one of the great passions of his life, the sport of tennis. Inspired by my father, who was his older brother, who dedicated his professional life to the sport, Bill became an avid tennis player in his own right. He was one of the most competitive young tennis players to come out of Parrish High School in Selma, Alabama. He captured a state title in Alabama in 1957 and went on to play number 1 at Washington and Lee. And after college, he played some professional tennis, including some doubles with my dad, and he was a coach of the Junior Davis Cup team. In college, at Washington Lee University, he was definitely a big deal, a big man on campus, as they would say. He was a member of a fraternity, was inducted to several honor societies, served as the secretary of the student body. He was on the executive committee at WNL and a member of the student government from 6 out of his 7 years in undergraduate and in law school. He also developed at WNL a passion for honor and service. To this day, Washington and Lee University is known for its honor system. In fact, several MA graduates have served in the honor court at Washington and Lee. And he served on that honor court, and after law school, transferred his passion for service into service of his country. He was commissioned into the United States Army as a first lieutenant. He proudly served his country during the Vietnam War. He was stationed in Korea during Vietnam, and in Daegu, Korea, he served as an aide to a general there. And while he was there, he was instrumental in founding and providing support for an orphanage for young children. In fact, when we gathered for Bill's funeral last spring, we found a letter from one of the provincial governors in South Korea who had written him a personal letter This is what the governor said to him. You, with deep concern upon community development, have immeasurably contributed to the provincial administration beyond your original heavy military responsibilities. It should be particularly noted that you have much contributed to the promotion of needy children's welfare in this province by supporting materials for the Bok Wum orphanage and several other facilities. Admiring highly your contributions here, I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to you, together with the people of this province. Bill didn't talk much about his experiences in Korea. He didn't want to bring much attention to himself. And he went on to have a career in banking. We know that serving his country had a profound impact on him, though. It was difficult at times, but he was always so proud to be a veteran. But here's the one thing I want you to know about my Uncle Bill. He was a human. He made mistakes. He had disappointments in his life, and there were times in which he disappointed others. He wasn't perfect. While I think we should always be willing to acknowledge the tremendous accomplishments of all of our veterans, I also think that we do them a disservice to elevate them to some sort of superhuman status, as if they don't have challenges like the rest of us. Masking their humanity can actually lead us not to fully appreciate the depth of their courage, hard work, and sacrifice. So why have I spent so much time this morning telling you about one veteran, my Uncle Bill, when there are so many deserving of our attention and those who have gathered in our space today? After all, my Uncle Bill is just one of millions of men and women who have dedicated their lives to the service of our country. Well, let's think back to Bill's academic career in high school and in college. I want to point out that he was very much like our students gathered here today. He worked hard in the classroom and outside of the classroom. He was engaged in interscholastic athletics. He competed for state titles like so many of you do. He was committed to honor. He was committed to scholarship. He was committed to service. And he was committed to the enduring pursuit of excellence. And I'm sure that when you return to the mental image that you have in your mind this morning, the veteran who is close to your heart, you will recognize that those veterans share some of those same commitments and traits. That is not to say that all veterans are the same, but they definitely share common characteristics that you students have the power to cultivate in your own life. As students at a school dedicated to the ideal of developing leaders with those same commitments, you all have the same traits that would allow you to serve your country. Some of you may choose to follow my Uncle Bill's footsteps and serve our country in the United States Armed Forces. Many of you will not, and that's okay. There are many ways to live an impactful life. But whatever you do from this day forward, I hope that you will continue to live out those commitments in your future. I hope that you will commit to making a life of difference. Whatever you do, I hope that you will, in the words of President Teddy Roosevelt, commit to living a life as these veterans have, a life in the arena, one committed to striving for something. As Roosevelt said, and with which I close today, the credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows with great enthusiasms the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at his best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails with daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Friends, that's what the pursuit of excellence is all about. And that's what we honor in our veterans today. Thank you. And now we are so honored to welcome back our lower school chorus to sing the rousing anthem, "We Honor You."
Thank you so much, Lower School Eagle Heirs and Mrs. Fain, for for lending your voices to this wonderful assembly. Thanks to each of you for being here today. We honor you. We are grateful to have time to pause in our busy days, to really think about what is important in our lives, to cherish each other, to find common ground in our humanity, in the fact that we are all wanting the same things as Americans. And so I appreciate each one of you for being here today, our special guests, our students, our families. Thank you also to the many, many hands that helped make this assembly possible. So many people behind the scenes making all of the things work. It's pretty magical, and this is a very special place. Students, as Mr. McWilliams noted earlier, as you are enjoying your day off on Monday, will you please take a moment to remember the sacrifices that were given by so many? Because as Leo said, this freedom is not free. It comes at a cost. And so with respect to all those who have served and who are serving now, please take a moment on Monday to give thanks for all of these blessings that we get to enjoy each and every day, the safety and security of living in this wonderful country. Thank you so much. This concludes our assembly.